From the very first book I wrote, I was aware that there was a big problem in American fiction with female characters.
At the time, not so much the 70s and 80s, but probably more the 50s, we were in the phase where the purpose of a woman was to make the man look good and to stand up in the scare and scream when the bug-eyed monsters came in. My mother hated that trope, and she said, you know, if a bug-eyed monster was invading my home, I'd find the nearest frying pan and beat the crap out of him.
Writers writing about male characters, whether they be male writers or female writers, are quick to give the characters purposeful actions, habitual actions, and then completely gratuitous actions. For some reason they don't use the same palette of actions when they're writing about female characters.
There's a sort of a standard male off-the-shelf protagonist that used to exist in not just SF, but in a great deal of fiction, which perhaps reflected a certain view of the world. For me, the step towards writing about a female protagonist always seemed a challenge that was worth taking.
Women characters have to have friends, have to have women friends. And I wrote essays about it and published them. A wonderful cartoonist named Alison Bechdel read some of those essays. It's now called the Bechdel Rule.
Science fiction has always had major women writers, major women editors. Ursula Le Guin was and still is my favorite science fiction writer.
Anybody who's writing sociological science fiction is in the ring with Ursula Le Guin. Nobody goes into that ring expecting to win.
Octavia Butler inspired a generation of young writers, male and female.
Andre Norton I grew up reading. These days I think there are as many female writers as there are male writers. But we're seeing more of what I like to think of, not so much a feminine voice, but a female voice is establishing itself.
I will always think that the most important political problem in the modern world is the position of women. I think all of the other oppressions, whether it be homophobia, whether it be racism, or what have you, are all modeled on the oppression of women. And something has got to be done about it. And if it is not changed in some way, we're not going to survive as a species. It's as simple as that.